What goes on when one is flirting with another? What kind of vibe is taking place as that happens between two individuals? Is it just a chemical reaction taking place in the brain and body? Well, let's have a look into what takes place metaphysically when one flirts with another. Thank you for coming on to our channel, Metaphysical Awakening. For those who are new to this channel, perhaps for the plain curiosity of what I'm about to discuss, let me introduce myself. My name is Aya, and I work together with my mom Hitomi on spiritual consultations and basically all things metaphysical. We like to dive here and there into different subjects to learn about how much of our life is affected by the metaphysical. We also gain this knowledge to help others as much as we can by making these videos and working on our webpage, metaphysicalawakening.com. And so we hope you enjoy the information here and stop by for future videos. So what do we do? Well, we use our metaphysical abilities to learn about ourselves and our connection with everything. Because, you know, energy is everywhere. And with that in mind, we realize how much is out there by using our metaphysical abilities and how things can be unearthed by using them. We believe them to be innate abilities that all human beings have, including animals. With them, we use them for survival in a way, more so in earlier times than now. Animals use them, and we're familiar with the term animal instincts, but how much of that is really instinct versus a mechanical process built into their brain? Well, that's something to think about for a later time, perhaps my next project in mind. Well, let's get into the concept of flirting. So what takes place during a flirtation energetically? Well, as I took the time to look into a couple who is not yet a couple, but may soon be a couple, I had a look at what's going on between the two energetically, using my metaphysical abilities. And I found it quite funny, actually. So let me share what I discovered that's going on between these two individuals while they're in their early stage of dating. So these two met just a short time ago and are clearly in their flirtation stage. What I find is that the flirting stage could go on for quite a few weeks depending on the individuals. Some last longer than others simply because they did quite a bit of talking and getting to know each other before closing the deal, so to speak. Others may have a fiery kind of spark between them, in the sense that they're ravenous for each other, which may last for several months or just a few days. Ultimately, it depends on the individuals and their connection to each other. It's rather unique to themselves. Now, during their physical encounter in regards to these individuals, I saw that their energy level heightened in the sense that their frequencies of passion intertwined with love, which combined feels like, you know, this in love type of energy. For those who love colors, that is typically a combination of orange with a touch of red. So most of it feels like passion rather than love. And this form of energy combined with the chemical reaction going on in the brain creates a sensation that can be overwhelming at times. Perhaps their hands start shaking as they're having a meal, or they simply can't stop smiling or talking. Perhaps the individual awkwardly puts their arm around the other's shoulder and it feels stiff and look stiff, as if they don't know how to do it less awkwardly and instead more comfortably. Perhaps the person sitting down is tapping their foot on the floor or bouncing their leg. You see, the combination of our frequencies, our energy frequencies, along with the chemical reaction in the brain, can have numerous effects on our physical movements and our behavior. Now, going further, there seems to be something there between them, some kind of magnetism-like activity taking place from both sides, which could cause them to feel, butterflies in their stomach when their eyes meet, or they may feel their heart flutter. What is that exactly? I find that that's our energy reacting to each other. So when we feel our heart flutter, I believe this is our energy reacting to someone else's energy, because I could see a connection in the heart energy field between these two. It's as if their hearts become connected and start sending energy to each other, like back and forth. And the same thing happens, when you feel butterflies in your stomach. Those reactions are caused by energetic frequencies bouncing back and forth between one and the other, as if communicating to each other. In this form of communication creates some sort of magnetism to each other. What they're feeling is that connection that they have created once they formed a bond, and the bond may be weak or strong, but it's there. And so when one thinks of the other suddenly starts to think of that person, and they are completely unaware of that taking place. For spirits around them, it must be pretty funny to watch this transpire. In the brain, a chemical process is going on to, encourage this to go on. But what is it that's really going on? I mean, are these two people really meant for each other? Are they just right for each other at this time in their life? What is it that's, what is it that's going on? Well, looking into that in their particular case, going back to these two, I see that this is encouraged for the state of health that one individual is in. It's something in their life that's much needed, a distraction in a way. And for the other, it's new, something fun. And this person enjoys meeting new people. It's just the way this person is. What I pick up from this individual's heart is novelty. And my understanding behind that, while going further, was this person likes anything new and exciting in their life. It gives that person a sense of freedom in a way. That person feels free when they try something new in their life. And excitement is attached to that concept in their mind. So as you can see, both are attracted to each other for different reasons. What I find is that we are sovereign beings, and that we are basically individuals who have the right to live out our life the way we want to live it. The oppression that one may experience is from, outside influences, as we know, for whatever reason. But in a way, we can oppress ourselves too. However, when it comes to spirituality, the influence or manipulation you receive, perhaps from a negative entity or a rogue spirit who doesn't care to follow any of the rules governed by natural law, which I'll go into in a later video, along with a long list of other things I have planned, but has very little to no effect on your physical life unless you allow them to. And I'll go into specific cases another time, but what I find is that it's ultimately up to us to decide whether we want to allow them to push us around or not. Some can be bullies, of course, but even bullies get tired of bullying you around when they're ignored. So going back to being sovereign, we have the right to live out our life the way we want to. But of course, if the outside influence is too oppressive, then that does limit us. Some choose to fight back and will receive consequences for doing so, but their sacrifice may provoke a revolution, which may change the outcome or future of a country. But in regards to this, with these two in particular, two people may eventually induce flirtation that may take place because it's the right time for that, because they are physically attracted to each other, or they are emotionally attracted to each other, and they may be emotionally attracted to each other in the sense that one may need comfort from someone, and that someone can give that comfort. It may be that a person is inspirational, fun, and exciting, and that's what one needs in their life. It may be that intellect is what attracts two individuals to each other. It may be a sense of humor that makes one fall for another. It may be a myriad of things, and it's ultimately up to you to decide if this is the right person for you. Often we are bombarded by advice or instructions on how to meet the right one. Well, I find that there could be many right ones available, but one has to be in the right place at the right time, so to speak, to meet that right one. Because place and time could make a huge difference in the successful outcome of a relationship. And what I mean by that, or what I'm saying, is that the place may be at work, where you and the other spend most of your time. The time is, when you're dealing with something special or unique in your life, and boom, the right combination of certain things may encourage a new relationship to grow romantically. You see each other all the time at work, and then one day you decide to eat out for lunch, which turns into dinner, and voila, there you have it. Now, another occasion may be in a bar where your eyes meet another, and it happens to be a romantic setting. You introduce yourselves to each other, and the vibe is just right for something to grow between you two. You see, it takes much more than just meeting someone in the street, for example. The setting or ambiance, the mood of the place, whether at work or in the bookshop or a bar, influences the connection. So does the conversation. The conversation may start off rocky, but soon becomes more natural, or may not, so it doesn't move forward. All types of factors are involved for two people to hit it off. But our energy factors in when there's something there, when there's a similarity of some sort. Perhaps you're both funny, or one loves to laugh while the other loves to make people laugh, or you're both artistic in some way or form, or you're both caring and nurturing. Whatever it is, both your energies combined in such a way that it encourages this kind of affection for each other. And this could happen, and oftentimes it does. Because of the similarity, our hearts speak to each other and forges a bond so that we often think about each other. It sounds nice, doesn't it? Well, if you ever experience such a case or feel what it is that I'm speaking of, please leave a comment below and share. I love to hear your stories. It's amazing what our energy does with another. It intertwines in a way which forges that bond or connection beautifully and quite colorfully. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed the information I shared today. If you're new to this channel, you can always have a peek at our website, metaphysicalawakening.com, and check us out. Our consultation page, where we offer consultation services, is there for you, and we also have a stone energy page which may pique your interest. So I hope you all have a very lovely day or evening wherever you are. and be happy and be kind to yourself. Do something for another that brings enjoyment to you both. Well, take care, everyone. Bye.